this song that we're going to do is Singing in the Victory. The chord changes above the word that it's on. So if you're singing the verse, I will not be anxious, you would start with the G chord at the beginning. I was singing the wrong key. I will not be, and then right between B and anxious is whenever it changes. Anxious, and then back to G here. Jesus, you are near. Okay, and it also helps that you're like familiar with the song too, right? So you kind of hear when those chords change. Okay, so we're playing in the key of G here in this song. So the key of G, anytime you have the name of a key, that letter is the root. So if you're in the key of G and you're gonna play a G scale, you start on G and end on G. That's an octave, okay? Octave, 8 sounds, like octopus has 8 legs, octagon has 8 sides, octave has 8 sounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's like I said, it's all patterns. So if you're in the key of G, every time you encounter an F, you're gonna play F sharp instead of F. Otherwise it would sound like this. Right? You gotta have that F sharp in there to make it sound like a nice major chord, okay? Or major scale. So in the key of G, like I said, anytime we encounter F, we're gonna play F sharp. So that's the only black key you have to think about is F sharp. And so the way I'm gonna teach you how to play this, your left hand is going to change the chord. Okay, so if you have long enough fingers, you can reach an octave. Some people, I don't know, Jensen, can you reach an octave? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. If you can't, I just remember that because I have watched her play piano a lot. If you can't, then just doing one is fine. So you would go from G, I will not be anxious, back to G, Jesus, you are near. Okay? So if you can reach an octave, your left hand is going to change those chords like we just did. 1, 2. I will not be anxious. 3, 4. Back to G, 2. Jesus, you are near. Okay? So that's what your left hand is going to do. It's going to follow what the chords are there. So if you have a basic understanding of the letter names of all the white keys, okay? Pretty simple to be able to go back and forth, okay? And in the key of G, G is gonna be the most important. It's the root, okay, or tonic. The 5 is super important, so D is important. So 1, 5, 4, and 1 are the most important chords. Lots of times we'll also have the relative minor. So if you're in the key of G, the relative minor is E. So lots of G, lots of D, lots of C, and lots of E, okay? In your right hand, you're going to just play a G chord, and it works because G is the root. So if we're in the key of G, like sometime, like over here, this little computer, all it's doing is giving us, if I press the right button and I put it in the key of G, it's giving us this pad of G sounds. So you could, I don't even know how many octaves it is, but it's like basically someone did that and then put it all together and then it just goes on forever until you turn it off, okay? So what that's doing, like if Sam was to say like turn the pad on, okay, I put it on the G pad and then I can play anything in the key of G and it fits. If I don't play in the key of G, if I play not the F sharp, you'll hear it. Okay, it doesn't sound super good. But if I play a 1 chord, or a 4 chord, or a 5 chord, or a 6 minor chord, or a 1 chord, it all fits within this key, okay? So you're gonna change chords with your left hand, like we did too. I will not be anxious. Jesus, you are near. And truthfully, with that pad going and your octave going, you could be pretty successful at this position here. Now, if it's just you and you're playing like piano by yourself, you probably want to add a little bit more. It might be a little more interesting. But for this purpose, where there's a guitar and other rhythmic things, lots of times when people play pad or keyboard, that's what they're doing. So we're gonna add just one more part. In your right hand, you're gonna play a G chord. There are different types of G chords, but we're going to play, so a G chord is built with the 3 notes G, B, and D. Okay, can y'all see that? This is the in root position where if you're in the key of G, G is the root, right? Okay, it's the tonic. So sometimes when you play a G chord, the G will be on the bottom as the root. But if you take this top note here, D, and move it to the bottom, this is also a G chord, it's just in second inversion, okay? Or, so go back to our root, G, B, D. If you put B on the bottom, let's say we move G to the top here, so we have B, D, and G. This is in first inversion. We've just changed the order of those 3 notes, okay? So this is what we're gonna do with our right hand. We're just gonna play a G chord. So you could play this inversion, or you could play the root, or you could play this inversion. So either D could be on the bottom, G, or B. We're gonna play it like this, and I'm gonna move my hands out of the way so you can kind of see there, okay? So that's what we're gonna do the whole song. Your right hand's gonna play this G chord, and you're gonna change chords with your left hand in octave formation, okay? So it would sound like this. I will not be anxious. And your right hand's kind of doing a little bit of rhythm. Jesus, you are near. Just quarter notes. 3, 4, and that E. The peace of God surrounding me. Back to G. Casting out all fear. Okay, and so on through the verse. Okay. And then when we change to the chorus, it's the same thing. We're just following these letters. So calling me by name. Hello, where's that name? 2. For I'm singing in the victory of the cross, resting in the shadow of your redeeming love. That's wrong. I'm standing on the promise of new life, 'cause I am yours forever, and Jesus, you are mine. Oh, Jesus, you are mine. Okay? So that's that. And all the way through, you can just play that one chord in your right hand and change chords in your left hand, okay? Sometimes you have like these little, what are they called? Lead lines. And basically the best way to do it is just listen to the song over and over again until you get it in your head, or ask Sam how it goes, and then write it down. So that's what I do. So the beginning of that song is just these, and I just write the letter names out. I do it twice. While that G pad's going, no, don't do anything else. That's not the right note, sorry. I will not be anxious. Okay, so that's the intro part. And then, Sam, what's the other part? How does it go?
It's a turn that just goes.
There is no one like you, God. Okay, so we're gonna play it all the way through. Does anybody have any questions? First of all, I know that's probably like
Were you
vomit.
just using your pinky and your thumb on your left?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Pinky and thumb. I mean, if you got really big hands, you could use a different finger, but that's the only way I can accomplish that. But if you want to be able to reach an octave and you can't yet, you can stretch your hand out on the piano. Like do stretches where you like stretch your hand out. If you don't have very long fingers, Jensen.